Hey guys, it's Natasha, your boutique gym chick, coming to you this week with another gym review. This week I am featuring Fit 9. If you are not familiar with Fit 9, Fit 9 is located in Buckhead in the East Andrews district. It is in the same place as the old Blast used to be, which is pretty ironic. It looks completely different in there actually. So let's get started on this review. So parking in East Andrews is very cumbersome, or it can be very cumbersome depending on what time you are attending class. Parking is free. It is plenty of parking available, but it can become very limited because Fit 9 shares a parking lot with several other businesses that are located in the area. Front desk staff at Fit 9 is great. Every time I go, there's someone different at the front desk, but they're all very nice. Kind of get you set up for class, what you need to be successful, get you to sign in, get you to sign a waiver if it's your first time. They show you around the gym. They're pretty cool. So all of the front desk staff that I have seen there have been very helpful and very nice. There are no assistants for Fit 9. The person who's at the front desk will come in between each block, and we'll go over class structure in a second, but they come in between each block and kind of mop up the sweat that's on the floor and put the equipment back in its proper place. So there are no real assistants there. So you need to make sure that you have enough water, you have a towel when you walk in, things like that. They provide towels and they provide water. I think you may have to pay for their water, but they provide towels for the class. Cleanliness. They are super clean. Like I said, you have someone coming in between each block and making sure that the floor is spotless. So let's start reviewing the instructor, Jeff Toney. I noticed that when new people came into the class, he introduced himself. He kind of went over the structure of the class with them, which was really great. Kind of showed them how to use the scale mill, because the scale mill is very different. It's not your regular treadmill or your regular woodway. It's very different. It's actually pretty freaking cool. I like the scale mill. So he was very personable with them. So the class is structured in 15-minute blocks. So you have 15 minutes on the scale mill, which you're doing resistance and endurance training, and then you have 15 minutes on the floor, which is weight training. Then you have 15 minutes on the scale mill with more resistance and endurance training, and then you have 15 minutes of boxing. So that's kind of the structure of the class, and the structure of the class is really great. The flow of this particular class was quite different from what I was used to. I think that he was trying something different. Usually with the first 15 minutes when you're on the floor, you're staying in that section. You're doing different exercises within your section that you're in. This time he had us moving around the room, not a circuit, but we're just kind of moving around the room doing different exercises. Not sure if that room is kind of set up for that. We were jumping from one box to the next box to the next box to the next box, and the boxes are kind of unstable on the floor. They tend to slide, so which kind of made it a little bit unsafe. So you really couldn't go as fast as you wanted to. Well, at least I couldn't, because the boxes just kept moving a little bit. So the flow of the class was very different from the usual class. I'm not sure if they are changing the flow of the class, but it was just not something that I was expecting or something that I favored. But like I said, that may be something that someone else likes, but it just was not necessarily for me. Once you're doing one exercise, you transition to another exercise, and everything moves so quick, so you don't have time to really focus a lot on form and making sure that you're doing each movement correctly, because you're only doing it for a few seconds, and he's definitely not correcting form or providing a lot of modifications at all. So it just seemed like a little bit chaotic. It kind of almost gave me a panic attack a little bit, but I hung in there. The music was good. His playlist is really good. Did it go with the flow of the class? I don't know if it necessarily went with the flow of the class, because I'm not sure what flow he was trying to create with this new thing that he was doing. So I can't say that the music went with the flow because I'm confused on what the flow was supposed to be. Like I said, the structure of the class was great, but the flow of the class was very different for me. And as far as Jeff, he was not very motivating. I guess this new flow maybe threw him off a little bit, because I know it threw me off. It could have thrown some other people in the class off too, but he was definitely very much so focused on making sure everything was in place, which, because we had to go around the room, it was just took too much away from teaching the class. Then at one point there was a part where we were just waiting for him to tell us what to do, because he was trying to figure out something on his computer. And so I'm not sure, it was just very different. It was very different. So let's get started on scoring. Parking, I'm going to give parking a 5, because like I say, you do have to share your parking lot, 2 parking lots, with the other establishment. So it's going to be limited depending on what time of day you go to the class. Front desk staff, I'm going to give them a 10. They were super awesome. Love them. They do great. Like I say, everyone there is really, really, really nice. There are no assistants, so we don't need to score assistants. Cleanliness of the gym, I'm going to give an 8. Everything is super clean, but the locker rooms and the bathrooms, there are really no locker rooms. It's just like bathroom, shower, and changing room are kind of like all in one. So, and there's only 2 showers, female and male. So you really have to be mindful of that whenever you are going to need to take a shower there and rush out. As far as instructor, I would say that I would give Jeff, I would say a 6. Like, he kept saying that, don't move your boxes. Like, look, I am here to work out. I am not a 2nd grader. Like, why are we moving? What is happening right now? It was a lot. It was just a lot going on. So I'm going to give him a 6. So I'm going to give Fit 9 a total score of a 5.8. Would I go back to Fit 9 again? I would, but I would go to a different instructor. That's just the boutique gym chick's honest opinion, and that's just what it is. So catch me next week. I'm going to be bringing some bonus videos to you guys, so be on the lookout, and don't forget to subscribe to my video or subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram and on Facebook soon. All right, you guys have a great weekend.